Hello and welcome to Romford Station.
Yes, welcome.
And well, Crow, what are we doing in this video?
So in this video, we're going to be doing a race between the two freight bus route and the London Overground Liberty Line.
Yes, and both of these routes are things that we are going to cover in the future in their own focus videos because they're both individually quite interesting.
Yes.
But, well, today we're going to be doing a race. We're going to be comparing the two.
Yes.
And, well, could you explain why we're doing the race?
So while the train maybe seem faster, because it is faster by like 20 minutes.
Yeah, on the surface it's faster by 20 minutes.
Yeah. There are other elements that may make the bus a better route to take and potentially faster route to take.
Yes, and that's why we're going to be exploring this video. So we're not only going to be racing between Romford and Upminster here,
yes,
but we are also going to be comparing the two routes, comparing all the different elements, and at the end we will tot up everything and we will give you a pretty much definitive answer on which route is actually the better option to take.
Yes.
So I think without any further ado, my train is in about 11 minutes, your bus is in about 4 minutes, so let's skedaddle skadoodle and get on our trains.
Yes.
And buses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Buses are cool.
Buses are very cool. I
yeah,
like buses.
Buses are cool.
Buses are great.
So the bus came a bit early, so I unfortunately wasn't able to record the first part of the journey, but I'm currently at Rodeo Corner. So yeah.
Right, and we're on the train. It's a British Rail Class 710 Aventra, and this will be taking us to Upminster with a journey time of about 9 minutes. Train is due to leave now, so let's buckle in and enjoy the ride, I guess. Right, train's leaving.
So I'm currently just at Willow Lane, and I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, there's very little traffic. Traffic lights have been kind, and we haven't really stopped at many stops, so just have to wait and see. But I have a feeling that I might be the winner here.
Right, so we've just left Emerson Park, so about halfway through the journey. Everything is going nice and smoothly. Aircon is nice. Journey's nice. It's nice, relaxing. Not too long. Should be there about 4 minutes. So I'll let you enjoy the rest of the ride. And I'm gonna sit back and relax until I get to Upminster. Then it's a race to the Greggs. Right. Yeah. Halfway through. Everything going all fine. Upminster.
Yes.
And, well, it's a bit of a weird finish.
Yes, it was.
So we both met outside the Greggs at the exact same time.
We did.
But I got here about, 4 minutes earlier, because then I couldn't get out because my travel card, which is a bit damaged, didn't want to be accepted by the barriers, so I had to show it to the person at the desk, and there were people behind them.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That slowed me down on my exit, but we're not going to count that towards it. So officially, I arrived 4 minutes before Crow did.
Yes, officially, yeah.
Yes, and it would have been 6 minutes before if Crow's bus had arrived at the time it was supposed to.
It came about like 2-3 minutes early, so I was scrambling to get on. So I unfortunately didn't get to record the first little bit of the journey. But there's not really much I can do about that.
Yeah.
I was scrambling.
And in terms of the actual timings then, so Crow's bus was scheduled to leave 10 minutes before my train.
Yep. I ended up leaving about 12 minutes before the train did.
And my train still beat the bus to Upminster. So
Only
the
by a couple
takeaway,
minutes.
only by a few minutes, and this is what we're going to get onto, because the takeaway is, the immediate takeaway at least, is that the train is fast.
The train was faster, yes.
But there are a few mitigating factors that we need to talk about. And yeah,
for example, the bus I was on stopped at a few stations. It didn't stop at all of them, but it did stop at quite a few of the stops on the way. there was also a section of traffic that I ended up getting stuck in, which did slow me down quite a bit. And well, at the beginning, the traffic lights were kind to me. At the end, they were not. I did get stuck in quite a few for some time. So yeah,
Whereas with the train, you have the advantage of you won't get stuck in traffic, and because it's a single line, you won't get stuck behind any signals or anything. You've just got a token to go back and forth.
yep,
So that's a massive advantage of the train. The train's average speed is higher than that of the bus.
a lot higher.
But you could count this as an advantage or a disadvantage. The train only stops at Emerson Park. And from a race standpoint, that's an advantage.
Yes.
But from a regular day-to-day use standpoint, I'd say that's a disadvantage.
It depends. If you're going straight from Upminster to Romford, then yes, it's an advantage because you're going to get there quicker. But if you're looking to get to more places, then the bus would be better because it stops at Romford Station. I don't know all the names, but like Romeo Corner, Tesco's Romeo Corner, which is a really important stop. I feel. Highlands Way, Wiggletire Lane, which is also the stop for a major college. I'll say major, for a college. But then it's pretty big. Loads of courses and stuff. Whatever. Not the topic. It stops at Upminster Bridge Station and the Upminster Station. That's not all the bus stops because I don't know them all. But that's a fair amount of them, I would say.
And yeah, generally the 248 is a very flexible.
It is.
Bus route.
Very good bus route. It's
very good bus route. If you're, it's a very good bus route if you're going, not between Romford and Upminster, which I don't think it's intended for. Going between Romford and Upminster, it's not really the type of journey you'd be making with. You'd be making more local journeys to places that aren't served by the trains.
Yeah, it's a couple stops route. It's not a longer route, I feel. Well, you could take it. It is a long journey. It is a long journey. The seat's comfortable. I like the 248. It's my favourite bus. I can't.
That's something we're actually going to get onto is the comfort of the actual stock used on both routes.
Yeah.
And well, the 248 has the new Route Masters and also
Very awesome.
Enviro 400s.
Yes. The Enviro 400s are the older ones, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the older ones. They didn't used to run on the 248, but they have recently. They used to be the 365, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're currently running on the 248, which I found weird when I first started using them on the 248 route, but I was kind of gotten used to it now. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer the Route Masters.
The Route Masters, the seats are really nice on the new Route Masters.
Lovely.
Whereas the 710s have rock hard unergonomic seats, which for a 9-minute journey is fine, but you also have to consider these trains are used on journeys of an hour to an hour and a half in length, which for that length of journey, I don't really think is acceptable. But something I will give the 710s over the new Route Masters, that is air conditioning. The 710s are really nicely air conditioned, so on a hot day, they can have really nice, cool air conditioning. On a warm day, they can have moderate air conditioning. On a moderate day, they can have moderate air conditioning. And on a cold day, they can have warm air conditioning. The air conditioning on Adventures generally is really good, and it's no different on the 710s.
Yeah. The Route Masters do have what is unusual for a lot of buses. They have 3 sets of doors. You've got the front doors, the middle doors, and the back doors, plus 2 sets of stairs down. One for the middle doors and then one for the back doors. Which I think is really good, especially when it's an incredibly busy bus like it normally is in the mornings. Because the 248 is also used as a school bus.
Yes.
To get to things like college or as part of the journey to get to some of the secondary schools around Havering.
And this is another big advantage the 710 just beats the new Route Master out of the water with, and that is in capacity.
Yeah, it's a train over a bus. It's going to have better capacity.
4-car open gangway train.
Yeah.
You can just pack people in there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do really appreciate the more doors because it allows for better filtering on the 248, which there wasn't before. And you can really notice it when it's busy because you've got like Yeah, you've got more
Yeah.
room to manoeuvre.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Basically, if you're going between Romford and Upminster, take the train.
Right.
If you're doing anything else,
In
the
between them?
248 is going to be your best option. Greg's and I am hungry and I fancy some bread. So I've been Willow.
I've been Crow.
And, well, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Captain's log, Stardate 9529.1. This is the final cruise of the Starship Enterprise under my command. This ship and her history will shortly become the care of another crew. To them and their posterity will we commit our future. They will continue the voyages we have begun and journey to all undiscovered countries, boldly going where no man, where no one has gone.